Do 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 do. Welcome, travelers. Welcome to another episode of Bible Study Devotional and BMX learning, particularly flatland BMX learning. Now, I haven't been getting into the drawing streams because I've been getting way more tired. I don't know about you guys, but I get actually more tired in the summer just because of the heat. For some reason, I just get taxed out a little bit more. My endurance level is a little less. So I haven't been. I feel like I got a little burnt out of the drawing, but I need to get back into it. I need to just get started again. I guess it's my setup because I moved my setup over there, and I was gonna use that one, but it's kind of uncomfortable. I've never really drawn standing up, so I think that's another one. I probably should just move that back and back to the old setup. Maybe it's a little bit more comfortable in that way. But welcome. We're gonna get into another awkward Bible study, which, by the way, I don't know if I'm doing these Bible studies right. So take everything what I say with a grain of salt. But I think it's kind of fun reading up these commentaries. And me personally, I don't know about you guys. I don't know what it's called, but I know a lot of believers do it. But I personally find finding the combos very, very fun. It's like trying to find kind of like hidden gems in the rough, or like trying to find the seed in the chaff at times. And it's I find it quite enjoyable, and it also does remind me of just flatland BMX. And what's funny is this other BMX rider, he's like a pastor. His name's Dustin Orem. Shout outs to Dustin Orem. We had a conversation on that, and he was saying the same thing. But he doesn't ride flatland. He rides like skate parks and stuff like that. But he brought it up to this. He brought it up in a strange way. He's like, even if you go to like any skate park, right? Sometimes like certain people have only one skate park in their city, in their state. And the weird thing is if you get deeper into BMX, you can always find a line, right? There's just always some sort of new line. Even if you've done all the tricks, you just doing the tricks in a different order or hitting that in a different angle, it opens up you into going over here. And he basically brought that up, and he like related that into how he views scripture as well. And I find that very interesting, and it's kind of fun, me personally. Anyway, we're gonna get into a little bit more in depth on the topic of Ezekiel's wheels. Now, I did try and illustrate Ezekiel's wheels on this. That's why I started this one off right here with Ezekiel's wheels. And it says, there's something in there in the verses that say Ezekiel's wheels were within a wheels. He saw a vision, and there was the vision of the four living creatures. And it's very intriguing, and we're going to get deeper into it. I just want to read some more commentaries on it and just see what they bring up. Because the four living creatures is actually something I do not hear many pastors bring up at all, actually. I guess if you look it up, you could probably find it, right? But what's weird, I find, about the four living creatures is not only are they mentioned in the Old Testament, but they're also mentioned all the way in the last book of the Bible into Revelations. And I find that particularly important. If something is mentioned in the Old Testament and then is well mentioned in the New Testament, I feel like there's probably some greater significance to be thought of in there. So let's get into it. And I have done a Bible study on Ezekiel 10 and the four living creatures, but the Bible study that we did, it was more specifically on the four living creatures. Now, I actually want to kind of try and get into, well, what were the wheels? Because it said, it's very strange, actually. It actually says there's actually this part, actually might be wrong, but I remember that there was this verse when we read Ezekiel 10. It might be, I think it's either Ezekiel 1 or Ezekiel 10. But it says, the spirit of the 4 living creatures was in the wheels. And I just find that so weird, right? And there's a lot of weird... Now, you got to take this with a big grain of salt, too. I have met a bunch of believers. Maybe not a bunch of believers, but I have met believers. But I've also heard this from just believers on the internet, right? Where at times they have hypothesized that the vision that Ezekiel received from the 4 living creatures and the wheels was actually potentially UFOs. And it's just so strange to think about that, because Ezekiel was written way, way long ago. Like, it was written, like, so long ago, right? Even before Christ, right? And so it's so strange to think about that. And then what's weird about thinking about Ezekiel 10, we will read it, by the way, is that it said that the wheels give Ezekiel a fire. Like, the wheels come down and actually give Ezekiel something. They give him a fire, which is strange. It's so odd to think about that these... And here's the other weird thing. Here's the other strange thing, and I know I probably sound a little weird saying this, but it's just, if you really, really think about this, right? So if we get into it, so Ezekiel is writing this before there was even any sort of technology of airplanes. He probably never even saw an airplane. There wasn't even airplanes then. They didn't even have the technology. And all they probably saw flying in the air were birds, right? So just him describing something that is a wheel flying in the sky, as well as the 4 living creatures, and it coming down to him, and he receives something from these wheels. It sounds like something out of, like, it literally sounds like something out of a sci-fi novel. It's like crazy. So that's why we're going to get into it. But let's look at what that one verse is. The spirit of the 4. And by the way, I need to get a little closer to this mic. It's like I overheard some of these streams, and sometimes if I'm not close to this mic, like, all this other stuff gets picked up a lot more. So I'm trying to stay closer to the mic. Unfortunately, I have to do that, but it's okay. The spirit of the 4 living creatures was in the wheels. We're looking that up right now. What verse is that? That is, I was wrong. It's Ezekiel 1. I thought it was Ezekiel 10. I guess it's in Ezekiel, it's in Ezekiel 1:20. And we'll read the KJV version of this. It says, "Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels." I know it sounds weird, and actually why we got into that verse is because we did a Bible study on the topic of spirits. What are spirits? It actually goes way deep. There are so many different definitions, even in the scriptures, of what a spirit is. Now, what's a little weird is that when we think about, like, I guess, quote unquote, like, good, I guess, spirits in some degree, like the Holy Spirit, right? Most believers, they probably know what the Holy Spirit is, right? But that's not the only good spirit that is there. There's also the spirit of the 4 living creatures. Now, who are the 4 living creatures, right? So it is mentioned in the scriptures that the 4 living creatures are the 4 creatures closest to God's throne. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's like the 4 living creatures are the creatures closest to God's throne. And some have hypothesized that they are, I'm wondering, they are part of the angelic order. I think they are cherubim. I think that is how they are described. So yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Maybe we should read Ezekiel 1, and then we'll also maybe read Ezekiel 10, because I think that's where it is mentioned within there. So let us open into the scriptures. And we're going to be using, by the way, I have been trying to fix this old Bible up. I'm actually going to start using this one. I started taping it up. I probably should maybe just like take it to a shop or something and get it repaired. But right now I'm just using like clear tape and stuff. And I am going to just start for a long time I was like, I'm not going to put any marks in this Bible, right? But then now I'm just like, you know what? It makes me not even want to use this Bible, and I actually want to start using this Bible, so I'm just going to start underlining things. But what I did is I took clear tape because this is about to fall off, right? So I took clear tape and put it right here, and then I opened it up and I put clear tape right up in here. I have seen some other people kind of repair books that way, but I think that's kind of like, I guess if you can't take it to a repair shop. But what's actually weird about this this Bible is not only is it from 1893, which this is my oldest Bible that I have, but what's weird is like I was looking through it, and because at first some of the first pages were falling apart, right? Like some of these first pages are like falling apart. And now as I was looking through it, what's actually weird about this Bible is it's stitched together. So it's actually, if you see most other books, they glue it right here, right? Because I actually have some other books that are actually about to fall apart, and they have this glue strip right here. But what's weird is that this one actually has, every single page is actually hole punched, or I think it's like it has a hole in it, and they stitched it. So, man, this thing has been it's crazy how durable this thing has been for, I don't really, how long is 1893? Has this been through like two world wars? Is that, I think so, right? 1893. I think if we think about the years, that's just so crazy to think about, man. There's been 2 world wars, and this thing is still surviving, man. It's so crazy to think about that we're just like holding this old book, right? Now, I don't really have many old books. This is actually the only old book I actually have. And it's just, I guess it's just survived. And I know some people are into like collecting old books and stuff like that. And some people have actually said that there's a lot of hidden lore in a lot of these older books, because some people have said that some older books contain some things that maybe people didn't want out there, and they tried to burn them and stuff like that. So let's see here. Let's get into Ezekiel. Let's find Ezekiel. I need to find it. Where is it up in here? Let's see here. Come on, buddy. Is it past Proverbs? It's been a while, I guess, since I got into Ezekiel, when I think about it. Okay, Ezekiel. We're going to read Ezekiel 1, and then we will read Ezekiel 10 as well. And let's just kind of think about this. What is strange. And so this is how it says, this is how it's worded right in the beginning. It says, the book of the prophets. What an interesting term, right? There's a lot of lore within that, just that word itself of just being a prophet, right? So let's read this. We're reading chapter 1, and we're going to read chapter 10 as well. And if you have your Bibles, you can open it up too. What's also strange is that there's so many combos within here. Look at all these verses that they're bringing up. I guess maybe I could also do that too. Maybe look at some of these combos that I don't really know who found these combos, but they put these combos on the side, right? Okay, let's see here. It says, the time of Ezekiel's this is at the very top part. It says, the time of Ezekiel's prophecy at Chebar, his vision of 4 cherubim, of the 4 wheels, and of the glory of God. Wow, that's so strange. I know that's not like really within, that's not like the scriptural sense. It's just a little, a little forward thing that I think that's a little forward thing, right? So now let's read it. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chebar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. Now, what does that mean? It says the heavens were open. What does that mean, right? So was he looking into the sky, and then is that what some of these people are relating to the sky as it was just the heavens? Like, right? Is that just strange? What do other people think about that? Because I've actually never heard a pastor say anything about that, right? Because when you think about heaven, you think about this realm, just when we die and we go there, stuff like that. But what's weird is Ezekiel's describing it as he's at a river Chebar, and he sees the heavens open up, and he sees visions of God. Like, that is so weird. Does that not trip anybody else out? I find that very just peculiar, honestly. Let's continue. That was that was Ezekiel 1. I feel like I shouldn't say anything, but man, there's just so many things that I think about that I haven't heard pastors bring up, and I just go, sometimes I would just love to like hear what pastors think about all these verses, right? Because at times, sometimes you do hear them, and they'll just like, they kind of have a sermon or something, or when they do their Bible studies, they're kind of hitting on topics that they want to hit on, right? But it's very interesting, like when I think, I just go, sometimes I just want to like raise my hand for some of these like pastors and be like, hey man, what do you think about that? What do you think about what we just read right there, right? I think that's hilarious. Okay, Ezekiel, let's continue. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jeroboam's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel, the priest, the son of Bazai, in the land of the Chaldeans, by the river Chebar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, darn, that was the first time I messed up. I was really trying not to mess up. That was the first word I think I mispronounced. I might have mispronounced some of these names, but thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. So what is he saying right here? So he saw a whirlwind come out, and I guess there was this giant cloud. So he was just at this river Chebar, and like, I guess the heavens open up, a giant cloud emerges, and I guess it's this cloud that looks like fire. That's what I'm picturing, and while I'm reading this, right? I might be wrong, but that's basically what we just read right there, right? Okay, let's continue. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. Now, see, this is what's really weird. Now, man, I just have so many thoughts on this, man. And they had the likeness of a man. Okay, so, some people have hypothesized of like, oh, well, some of these things that these prophets have said, it's just hyperbole. It's just them just conveying a story or something like that. But what's weird about Ezekiel is that he relays it so descriptively. He's like, I saw this stuff. He's literally saying this. I saw visions from God. I saw these things. It's not like he's like saying, oh, well, I got this storyline and I'm going to hyperbole it into. It's so weird how descriptive Ezekiel really is, and I find that very strange to me. There's just something about it. I'm just like, man. It's so weird. It's just so bizarre to me. It's like I'm almost just like I don't even, it's weird. I'm like dumbfounded, actually. Like, it's bizarre. Okay, let's see here. Let's continue. And everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. And they had hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces and their wings. Their wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they 4 had the face of a man, the face of a lion, and on the right side, they 4 had the face of an ox on the left side. They 4 also had the face of an eagle. Isn't that weird, right? So these 4 living creatures, and it's kind of weird. I've kind of tried to honor them in a very bad. I mean, I wouldn't like a very. I guess I could do it better, but like I've tried to. Sometimes I like to. When you get certain items and you kind of just go, man, that kind of reminds me of a verse, right? Well, actually, this is one of the... Now, the only thing I don't have is an eagle's head. Like, I don't have something that reminds me of an eagle's head. But honestly, this is why I have this thing right here, right? I know it sounds ridiculous, right? But I have this this lion pack right here, because that, you know, like what we just read, like the face of a lion, kind of like a face of an ox. And this also kind of reminds me of the four living creatures a little bit, kind of, I guess the wings and stuff like that. But I guess that we don't have the face of an eagle. So I guess that's kind of what I'm looking out for as well, is the eagle. I mean, I guess I do have an eagle feather, right? I guess this is an eagle feather. I mean, this is probably just a hawk feather, but I guess it's the closest thing I have to an eagle feather. Actually, I might start using that as a bookmark, by the way. So yeah, I like to collect things that, or at times, I mean, I know you don't have, you know, it's not like you need to collect things, but sometimes I find it interesting, like, when you get certain items and they just make you, remind you of scripture and stuff like that, right? And I really like getting items that remind me of scriptures, because it just helps me remember scriptures. It helps me kind of like recall scriptures. It just makes me think a little bit more about God in some way. So let's continue. I guess now we have an interesting bookmark. We haven't. I think this is just a hawk feather. I would not say this is an eagle feather. This is a hawk feather, which, yeah. Anyway, let's continue. I got a little sidetracked up in there. Where were we at? Okay, face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward. Whither the Spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not when they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and was fire, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. I actually totally forgot about that verse right there. That's so weird. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. So what does that mean, right? Like, so are they just running in the sky and they're just like, I don't know, right? I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's what I think, because he's saying they're up in the sky, so. Like a flash of lightning, that's so weird. Okay. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures, with his 4 faces. So now he's describing one of these living creatures, and now he is describing a wheel. I guess one of these wheels is by this living creature or something like that. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl. Let's look that up now. Beryl. I think it's like turquoise or something like that. Beryl. Color beryl stone. Images. Maybe it's not turquoise. Oh, I guess it kind of is turquoise, yeah, because I looked this up before. So I guess the wheels were this color. Sounds bizarre, huh? But I guess it's so weird. Like, he's even describing the color of the wheels, bro. Like, what in the world, man? Like, this dude, Ezekiel, you're gnarly, bro. And here's the other strange thing as well. I was actually looking up, because I was like, I had this thought, man. How cool would it be to have like a bike shop and name them like Ezekiel? Or I had the thought, how cool would it be to have like some rims and name it like Ezekiel's Wheels? And I like looked it up, and there's actually a bike shop somewhere. I think there's a bike shop called like Ezekiel's Wheels. Ezekiel's Wheels bike shop. I think there was. It's like, oh yeah, there is. Okay. So this is hilarious. Some bike rider out there. It sounds so funny, man. Some bike rider out there was reading the very same passages and was like, you know what? I'm going to make a bike shop, you know? And you know what we're going to call it? We're going to call it Ezekiel's Wheels, man. And it's just so funny. Like, it's just, I'm like, man, that is awesome. Let's see, does he have like a sign? Where's the sign at, man? Oh, what in the world? Dude, they do have Ezekiel rims. Dude, someone actually made the thing that I wanted to make. Darn. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but that's cool, huh? Someone actually made Ezekiel rims. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I find that just super hilarious, right? I would love to have some wheels. I would love to have some, like, rims. I guess if I could have bike park or something, it'd be interesting to have, like, some rims with, like, eyeballs all around it. And I'd name them Ezekiel's Wheels to honor the 4 living creatures. Okay, let's continue onward, though. Let us see here. Where are we at? The color of burial. And 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them 4. So, I guess these wheels that were flying up in the sky, they had eyes all around them. It's just so gnarly, right? And I know this sounds really, really weird, right? Now, I haven't heard... You got to take this with a big grain of salt, right? I'm going to lay it out there flat right now, right? So, this is talking about the 4 living creatures, right? And how the wheels... and not only the wheels, but also the 4 living creatures is said to have eyes on them. We didn't get into that part in the scriptures. I think that's in Ezekiel 10. But what's weird is that in Revelations... Now, let me just bring up Revelations a little bit. Now, okay, so we're going to have a little fast forward in time. Okay, so that was Ezekiel. This was before. Now, see, this is what's awesome about this Bible, too. It also says the date of, I mean, I guess when they think this was written, I don't know. I mean, I guess you got to take this with a grain of salt, too. But it says this was written, or I think that's what it says. It says before Christ, about 595. So is that saying the year 595? What in the year 595? This is when Ezekiel was seeing this stuff flying up in the air, man. It's like, so now if we go into Revelations, the last book of the Bible. Let's go into Revelations up in here. Let's go into Revelation 6. Now, this is something I have mentioned quite a bit on the stream, if you guys haven't noticed. Or if you guys are just tuning in, I do mention this a lot. But if you go into Revelation 6, now it's pretty famous verses. I mean, most of you guys have known. I mean, I think if I were to even ask people that don't even know the Bible, be like, okay, what do you think about the 4 horsemen? Have you heard about the 4 horsemen? I bet some people would be like, oh, I know about the 4 horsemen. I wonder how many people know about the 4, or have at least heard about the 4 horsemen one time in their life, right? Well, what's weird is, what's strange about these verses in Revelation 6 is it's when the Lamb opens the seals, right? There are 7 seals that the Lamb starts opening, right? And some of the seals that start getting opened is something that summons the 4 horsemen, right? But what's weird is about these verses, I guess let's just read it right now. Now I watched, this is Revelation 6, by the way. Now I watched when the Lamb opened one of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures say, with a voice like thunder, come. So this is in Revelation 6. This is the last book of the Bible, by the way. The very 4 living creatures we just read, we haven't even finished reading it. That's in the very first chapter in Ezekiel, where Ezekiel starts going into the appearance of these 4 living creatures, right? So now here they are again. They start, and so let's continue reading. And I looked, and behold, a white horse, and its rider had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he came out conquering and to conquer. When he opened the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd living creature say, come. And out came another horse, bright red, its rider was permitted to take peace from the earth, so that people should slay one another, and he was given a great sword. When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and its rider had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard what seemed to be a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine." Right? Now, I feel like I just reiterate this, what I think about these verses so much. But the thing is that, like, I don't hear many pastors, like, really talking about this, right? I know, now I have heard that one of the reasons, because I actually have asked this question, I go, why do a lot of pastors not talk about Revelations? And I asked that on the internet. Now, a lot of believers said the reason why a lot of pastors don't like talking about Revelations is because there's a lot of confusion at times. Maybe not confusion, but there's a lot of, like, maybe things you got to take, I guess, with a very big grain of salt, right? Because, you know, like the whole thing about the end times and things of that nature, you know, some people are really into that. And some people, and so this is one of the reasons, well, this is what some believers have said, one of the reasons why a lot of pastors actually don't like touching the subject of Revelations. Some people have actually said Revelations is actually a very difficult book to decipher, because there's almost like, it's almost like a codex. It's almost like there's riddles within riddles and things of that nature, right? And if we go into, and I know it sounds weird that I bring up riddles, but that's also mentioned in Scripture as well. If you have a Bible, you can open up into Proverbs 1:6. And Proverbs 1:6 says, "To understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles." Now, if you do a Bible study, I actually highly suggest you guys that are out there. What's also weird is I've actually noticed most people that are watching these streams, you guys are actually just listening to my these Bible studies. There's not even that many people that even watch me ride my bike. It's hilarious. Like, that's how little the BMX scene is on Twitch. Most of my viewers, you guys don't even watch the bike riding. There's actually hardly any BMX riders on there. You guys, I guess you guys listening to the Bible study thing. I guess not all of them, but you know. And by the way, I don't even know if I'm doing these right. So you got to please take everything with what I say with a big grain of salt. I don't know. I'm not saying that, like, the Lord, like, told me to say all this stuff, right? What I am trying to do is I like to try and find combos, and then I will say sometimes there is strange coincidences that start happening in my life, and sometimes it does make me think of things, but, you know, you got to, so just take it with a grain of salt, right? Because it's interesting. But the thing is that I would highly suggest doing a Bible study on Proverbs 1:6 about riddles, right? Because what is a riddle? A riddle is mentioned in terms of, like, the biblical definition of a riddle. It's also kind of related to the normal definition of riddle, but it's like basically like a word puzzle. It's like a word game. It's a way where you can hide information to the undiscerning. And, you know, it's like the undiscerning, you have to, you know, it's not like, you know, it's like you could say something to them, but, like, you kind of have to put in, you know, you got to figure it out. You know, someone could just splay out all the information to you, but you got to do your own little due diligence into, you know, and that's kind of what a riddle is. And there's actually many riddles in the Scriptures. One of the people that also mentions puts out riddles is Samson. But also what's weird about thinking about the Bible study we did on riddles is that some people actually hypothesize that riddles and parables are somewhat similar, right? And it's kind of strange to think about that, because what did the Lord Jesus Christ use many times? He used parables, right? And it's just so strange, and, you know, it's just very odd, right? And it's also weird because I guess we're supposed to have riddles as well, because it says to understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles, right? So I guess in some weird way we have to have riddles. You know, I don't really think I have any riddles, but I guess I got to think about that. If I'm supposed to be wise, if we're supposed to seek after wisdom, Supposedly we're supposed to have riddles too. So I guess I'm not that wise because I don't have many riddles, right? But that's besides the point. Let's continue onward. Okay, so we're back into Revelation 6 and about the 4 living creatures, right? Now, what's weird about the black horseman, let me just read it again. When he opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and behold, a black horse. And its rider had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard what seemed to be a voice in the midst of the 4 living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine." Now, if you do a little bit of digging into what the black horseman represents, basically, now I guess you got to take this with a grain of salt, but this has been the conjecture of throughout many, I think maybe even hundreds of years or something like this. But they basically think and describe the black horseman to represent famine upon the lands, right? And what is a famine? A famine is a lacking of food. It's a lacking of food, right? Now, I have mentioned this many times over in Scripture, but we'll say it again, right? What's weird is that the 4 living creatures, the very creatures we just started studying about a little bit, I guess I wanted to go into the wheels, but now we're into this thing again. I guess maybe it is all related in some weird way. But it's the 4 living creatures say, towards the end of this verse of Revelation 6:6, they say, "Do not harm the oil and the wine." And what's weird, now I know this sounds really strange, is I have talked to some people in the mountain biking and road biking industries, right? Now I know the BMX industry isn't really about this stuff as much. They're not really about that. But if you get into the road biking industry and like the mountain biking industry and just like commuting biking industry things, there's this level of thought. It's not like they just flat out ignore it. They see it within their markets and their economies. Is that I have heard some people that run bike shops and stuff, and they basically say when these oil things happen where, like these crises of oil and people get all scared and, they're like, oh, the prices of oil like went up like all this and now gas costs like $10 a gallon or something like that. What people in the bike stores have, well, I guess not every bike store, I'm just saying the bike stores that I've heard that have said this, they say at times people actually start buying bikes more. Right? And it's just kind of weird, right? And I guess that's just even strange just thinking about it, right? Because we looked into that bike store that was named Ezekiel's Wheels, right? Coincidentally, kind of funny, right? I guess that's not even funny. That might even be kind of scary, actually. But what's weird is like, what's strange is that I started like looking deeper into it, right? Thinking about that when these people that had some of these bike shops were telling me this. What's weird is I started looking up like documentaries, which you guys can do it right now too. If you guys open up YouTube, you can open up a new page, boom, YouTube. Put in what happens if oil runs out on Earth. Just put in documentary at the end of it. Listen to as many documentaries about what happens if oil runs out on Earth, right? What's super, super weird is every documentary I saw, basically every single documentary always brings up food. They always bring up food, right? Because what do we do in our modern society right now? We use so much oil to cultivate food. We use so much oil to not only cultivate food, but to produce food, to transport food, to water the food, to bring the water to the food, to fertilize the crops and stuff like that. There's so much oil that gets used in the production of food, of these crops that feed all of us. We get fed by the very food that this oil is producing. Now, I'm not saying that's good or bad. The only thing is that what's really weird is if you think about the representation of the black horseman represents famine. And what's weird is that the 4 living creatures, these creatures that are supposedly flying up in the air, that have these wheels with eyes all around, that dart around like lightning or something like that. These 4 living creatures, towards the end of Revelation 6:6, they say, do not harm the oil and the wine. Now, what's weird is that a lot of these documentaries that go into oil, they start saying if oil were to get damaged, like right now, imagine if oil were just to run out right now. Like if I were to, like, just boom, if it just all ran out right now, what would happen? One of the biggest things that would happen is millions and millions of people would starve right now. Millions and millions of people wouldn't have access to food. They wouldn't have the access to getting food transported to them, and it's just super scary. And it's a lot of these documentaries bring up famine, and there's this correlation. There's actually a huge correlation with famine, like literally famine and food, or oil and food. And there's even the correlation of when oil prices go up, what goes up next? Food prices go up. I mean, that happens right now. I mean, you could see that from just, you know, if you just look at, like, I don't really see the stock market and stuff, but you can just, you know, you've heard people say, oh, well, when the oil, you know, it's happened. Like in my lifetime, that has happened. Like it's literally happened in my own lifetime, right? When the oil prices go up, food prices go up. It's pretty simple, right? Well, this is the most ridiculous part about it too, is that's exactly what the living creatures say right here. They literally say, let's see here, Revelation 6:6. And I heard what seemed to be a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, a quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine. Now see, I know it sounds a little weird because it's saying a quart of wheat for a denarius. What is a denarius? That makes no sense. What is that? Okay, so a denarius, back in this day and age when I guess John was writing this, a denarius equated to a 1 day's wage. I don't know if that's for a rich person, if that's for a poor person, but in how it was, that was basically kind of, I guess, like the sum total for maybe the middle class at that time. I mean, let's just look that up right now. What does a denarius mean? From what I've learned, it meant a day's wage, 1 day's wage. Denarius in the Bible meaning. In the Bible meaning. Let's see here. That's weird. My internet's a little weird. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. So in the New Testament, it brings up things on. Let's see. I need to turn my phone to read this. In the New Testament, the Gospels refer to the denarius as a day's wage for a common laborer. Okay, so that's for like a common laborer, right? Now, if we go back to Revelation 6:6, what does it say? A quart of wheat for a denarius and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius. So these people, I mean, maybe the four living creatures could even be relaying that in the future sometime, there's going to come a point when people, basically food prices are going to skyrocket. And it's gonna cost someone basically a day's wage in order just to even get food. Sounds crazy, and I know it sounds like I'm probably just like making all this stuff. You guys could read these verses too. It's Revelation 6. Like you guys can like look into that, man. And it is scary, bro. Like look into that. Look into what happens if oil runs out on Earth and stuff like that. Dude, it's crazy, bro. It's so, like, sometimes I go, is that, there's no way it says that in the scriptures, right? There's no way that it's like saying something like that. And as I look deeper into it, I'm just like, dude, it's like it's like, does that not trip anybody else out? I'm just like, what in the world, bro? It's so, like, I don't know, maybe people just think I'm crazy, but like, dude, I feel like that just spells it out right there, dude. Like, that is just like, man, like if there's, like, sometimes I feel like it's just almost just so bluntly spoken that like people don't even like it's just like, I don't even know how else, like, I don't understand why like some people think, like, I've never even heard another pastor like really bring up the four living creatures that much, honestly. And it's just so weird to think that these four living creatures are the creatures closest to God's throne. Like, just imagine that. Imagine you being closest to God's throne. You probably, have they talked to the Lord that much? They're probably, why are they even close? Why are they known as being closest to God's throne, right? I have no idea, right? And why do they have these flying wheels next to them with eyes all about them? This is my hypothesis. Take it with a grain of salt, but I personally think that the wheels, besides the four living creatures, are here to observe humanity. It's here for the Lord to observe humanity. It's here for the Lord to use these four living creatures' wheels and use them almost as a recon to just observe humans and what we're doing on Earth and stuff like that. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like when I hear those words where it says like a voice like thunder of the four living creatures, bro, I feel like that is like, there has to be something pretty powerful about that. If the four living creatures, if we go through basically all of the New Testament, the four living creatures haven't really said anything except maybe in Ezekiel, right? And then boom, Revelations. That's when the four living creatures say something, right? Boom. You know, it's like, I feel like that's probably pretty important to me personally. I don't know, where are we at now? I've kind of lost my place in Ezekiel 1. Let's continue onward. Man, we're at 45 minutes. This is, holy moly, I thought this was like 30 minutes already, but this is like 45 minutes into it. It's just so strange. We haven't even gotten to Ezekiel 10, bro. Holy moly. We've literally just went into Ezekiel 1 and Revelation 6. Oh my goodness, and that's already taken 45 minutes. Oh my goodness, dude, this is crazy. It's so like interesting to me. Okay, let's see. I guess we'll just maybe finish it off a little bit. And when living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whither ever so the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. Man. When they stood up, when those went, these went. Okay, so even just thinking about Ezekiel 1:20. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. Now, I also do have another hypothesis. Now, this hypothesis is probably, you have to take it with a huge grain of salt, too, because this is, you ain't going to find this. I've already looked it up on the internet. You ain't going to find it on there, because it's like, I just have this weird hypothesis. You know, like when you see a lot of Christian artwork, and you see the halo, you know, like that, you know, the halo, like, it's represented in so much Christian artwork throughout the histories, right? Well, what's weird is if you look up, okay, well, what does the halo represent? It means like the Holy Spirit and stuff like this, or they were like illuminated or something like that, right? With the spirit of the Holy Spirit, right? What's strange is I kind of felt like, me personally, I feel like when I think about the halos, I had this hypothesis of what if like the halos maybe not only represented the Holy Spirit, but what if it also represented the spirit of the four living creatures at times, right? I mean, why I think about it, it's pretty obvious, but there's these wheels flying up in the air. I mean, how crazy would it be if one of these spirit of the four living creatures, what if one of these wheels was up in the air right above you, just relaying knowledge down to you? Just like, and just giving you this knowledge of the four living creatures, right? Dude, how gnarly would that be? These creatures closest to God's throne, bro. I bet they know so much, bro, about the Lord that we could barely even fathom. Like, we probably couldn't even, like, comprehend all the stuff that the Lord has, like, maybe even revealed to them, shown to them and stuff like that. I just find that so insane. How crazy would it be? You being that close to God's throne, man. Like, without dying or something like that, right? Like, it'd just be like, it's just insane to think about, man. Like, these things are not to be, like, taken lightly. Like, I honestly, that's how maybe some other people have a different opinion on that, but I personally think if a creature is closest to God's throne, bro, I'm probably gonna take that dude with like some high reverence, man. Some very high reverence. Voice of Levi. Cool theory. Thanks, dude. I mean, that one is, I mean, it's weird because like I read it in the scriptures. I mean, it makes me think about that, right? And it just kind of makes me think about just the whole halo thing. You know, you see it all in sorts of Christian artwork. It's like, what if like God put it there as like almost like some sort of like a little Easter egg or something? He's just like, yep, there we go, boom, 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 boom. We're gonna put it throughout history. Oh man, happy to see you. I've been getting after it, man, huh? Dude, some interesting times, huh? Now, I know it's a little cheesy that I did this one today, but man, I just couldn't help myself. Just thinking about like, I just couldn't help myself, you know, especially all the things that people are saying about UFOs and stuff like this. I personally think the UFOs are just the 4 living creatures. Because, it's just like, it's literally mind-boggling to me. It's literally mind-boggling to me that I don't hear more pastors bringing up Ezekiel. Well, I know why they don't bring it up, because I know they wouldn't want to talk about UFOs, and they don't want... I feel like just even bringing up that word, UFO or aliens or something like that, in a maybe pastoral sense, would probably be very unorthodox in our modern day, right? But, like, if you just read this, man, it's just insane to think about. Like, it's so crazy for me. It's just like, the other thing that just trips me out is Ezekiel wrote this prior to any sort of technology, any sort of airplane, any sort of flying vehicle. The only thing he probably saw flying in the sky were probably some birds. And he's describing, literally, wheels flying in the sky, these things flying in the sky, in the year 595. It's crazy, bro. Like, it's really, and I haven't went into it. I'm kind of running it. I kind of wanted to keep this at least in an hour, but you can look it up as well. So this was Ezekiel 1 that we went into, literally the very first. And what's crazy also is that Ezekiel's known as a prophet. Like, that is not to be taken lightly. That is to be like, dang, bro, these people acknowledged Ezekiel as a prophet. Like, it's not like he's just like this random dude in the Bible that's just like, oh, no, like, Ezekiel was known as a prophet. He's actually known as one of the major prophets. So, is that like, you put 2 and 2 together, it's like pretty gnarly. But what's crazy is, like, we're not going to get into it today, but in Ezekiel 10 chapters into Ezekiel, it mentions that the wheels come down to Ezekiel, right? And the wheels actually give Ezekiel a fire. Now, it's like, at first, like, it's like he's just describing the appearance of these things. But then in chapter 10, these things come down from the air and they actually give Ezekiel something. What did he give him? Ezekiel describes it as a fire. maybe the fire maybe some sort of technology? What if it was some sort of, like, and then this brings up the whole, there's a theory. What's the theory called? It's this theory where some people have hypothesized that aliens came down and gave man some sort of technology, and this is why we have grown exponentially as a society and as a people, and how we have the very things that we have right now is because maybe potentially UFOs or something gave us something many, many years prior to we even knowing about any of this stuff. Why am I not affiliate yet? Probably because I ride BMX. Well, I'm going to be really honest. There's not much of a scene on BMX. I actually think if I just did the Bible studies, I probably would have probably gotten affiliate, but I do the BMX riding, and there's hardly any. There's actually probably, there's probably only 9 BMX riders I've met streaming 2 years on Twitch. I probably only met 9 BMX riders. There's way more believers on Twitch because believers. This is what's interesting about believers, right? Because they're just everywhere, just like playing video games. They're working out. They're Olympic athletes. Oh, they're even homeless, bro. We even got homeless believers out there. We got Rasta believers over here. We got these believers. Dude, we're planted everywhere, brothers. We're going we're trying to make disciples of all nations here, right? We're trying to make disciples of all nations. Now, in so doing that, I think there could be some subjective level into cultural aspects of that to think about that, but I think that's really awesome. Even you, bro. Like, even you. You live, what, in Norway or something like that? You're all the way over there, bro. So, it's awesome, man. And it's just so cool that we can all collectively, like, meditate on God's Word And even though I probably mess up a lot, you know, and you got to take my words with a grain of salt, how I try and view me trying to get into these Bible studies is I honestly like having fun. I'm one of those people, man, like, if I do not have fun with something, I generally stop wanting to do it, or I just get slothful. I'm just like, ugh, or I like drudge it. You know, like when you drudge something because you're like, oh, this is not again, man. This is so boring. Like, I don't even want to do this, man. You know, like something like that, right? I do not want to be like that. I want to be like zealous. I want to be like on fire. I want to be like on fire for God, you know, like, and that's in some ways I feel like God didn't want us to be bored, and you know, He's given us so much rich things in our lives to just experience and just to see how the Lord is operating in these things, and you know, I think it's really interesting. So, but people, I just think I'm crazy. That's the other thing. People, I just think I'm crazy, but like, you know, man, there's just so, dude, it's so crazy that this has already taken an hour, and there's just so much more. Like, you could just, dude, oh man, like, I'm like trying to do these Bible studies actually as fast as I can, and I don't know how you guys, because I know some of these guys are doing their Bible study devotionals in like 5 minutes. Bro, I do not know how you guys do it, because I do see these YouTube videos, right? And some of these YouTube videos are just like, okay, Bible study in a minute. And I'm just like, bro, how are you guys doing that, bro? I gotta like, I'm like, I don't even know how you guys even do that, man. I like every single Bible study at least takes 30 minutes for me, anyway. Anyway, that was the strange and awkward Bible study today. You can learn about a little bit. I didn't even read a commentary. This is insane, bro. I didn't even read a commentary today. I love those days. I honestly love the days where I don't even have to read a commentary. It's just like these thoughts of just like, man, that's so crazy. I didn't even read a commentary today, bro. That is insane, dude. That is so crazy, bro. By the way, this is also the illustration I got. I tried to depict them. They're very, very hard to depict, by the way. Got this, got the wheels. But yeah. Anyway, we're going to do a card draw now. Ooh. Man, I wonder, dude, it'd be so funny, like, to go to that bike shop called Ezekiel's Wheels. I'd be like, bro, because they had to have been inspired by that verse of Ezekiel, man. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm pretty sure they read the very same chapters that we basically read, and they're like, you know what? Let's start a bike shop. Ezekiel's Wheels. The whole ironic part is the 4 living creatures say, do not harm the oil. But dude, I don't know if really we want to learn about from that, right? That's the other weird thing is the 4 living creatures warned humanity that way long ago, and it's like we did not listen to that. We were like, nope, we need oil. We're going to use as much as we can. And then that goes into Revelation 16:8, which actually I think we talked about it yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Let's shuffle this up. What are we going to draw today? What are we to draw today? By the way, sometimes this is a good way to do it too. You just cut it up like this. Cut, 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 cut. Put this one over here and then shuffle it up again. Man, that's the other very bizarre thing when I see people like rocking crosses and stuff. It's almost like you see someone rocking a cross, man. Like, you could probably bring up, I mean, if they're a believer and stuff, you could probably bring up the same stuff, man, like, have a conversation on it. cut it, cut it. All right. What are we going to draw today? Let us see the artwork we ought to draw today. First card of the day. Oh, interesting. Intriguing. Master Transmuter. I love the art on this card, by the way. Kind of funny. It almost does seem like there's a wheel in there. It's kind of funny, huh? Oh, dude, Master Transmuter's rad, dude. I like the flavor text. Now, this isn't from the Bible, by the way. This flavor text is not from the Bible, but it is cool that there is that circle right there. I like that. But we'll read the flavor text. Wasted potential surrounds us. Lend me that bauble and let me see what it can be made to be. Imagine that, dude. Wasted potential. What do you think God thinks about that? Man, sometimes I really wonder about that, man. Like, if we are called to steward everything that God has given us, and what pastors have said is God has given us everything to steward that we have. Basically, you got to take that with it. That's what every basically sermon says. If you look up biblical stewardship, look up sermons on biblical stewardship, right? It goes into that God has God has given us everything that we have to steward, to help build up His kingdom, to help, honor and glorify Him. And it's just so crazy that that we could help the Lord out in some sense, right? And sometimes I just think about, imagine just imagine the Lord just giving people all this stuff, just oh, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Okay, how are you guys going to use it? It's how are you guys going to use it to glorify the Lord, right? What's actually funny is my Christian friend gave me this card. This is actually a legit Frank Frazetta card. This is actually one of my rarest cards that I have. It is actually a legit Frank Frazetta card. Shout outs to my buddy, my believing brother. He did give me this card. So it is one of these old Frank Frazetta cards from 1991. One of my rarest cards I have. And what's crazy is I had most of these cards stolen, and this is actually one that has survived throughout all these years. And it is a very rare card for me. Man, that dude, the artwork on that dude, Frank Frazetta was a genius, bro. That dude, his art, dude, his values were just so powerful, man. Well, that's kind of weird. There's an eye on there, too. I like that. I like seeing eyes and stuff like that just because of the 4 living creatures. Number 3. We got Sarah's Litigary. Okay. What are you doing up in here, man? You hustling? You must be hungry, huh? You must be hungry having to... Wait up, let me see here. I need to get rid of that one. I don't want to get in trouble. Darn, I can't get rid of it. What the heck? Oh wait, I can mute him. Or something. Chat settings. How do you delete a message? Hopefully I didn't get in trouble for that. Number 4. Angel of Jubilation. Number 5. Dude! We got... Oh my goodness, bro. We pulled the halo, bro. This is insane, dude. We were literally just talking about that today. I literally shuffled all those cards up, bro. I did not pre-plan that, dude. That's so crazy, bro, that we drew that. Brilliant Halo. Oh, dude. That trips me out right there, man. We got one of the cards with a Bible verse on it. Segovian Leviathan. And this is the Bible verse that they put on here. Leviathan 2. Can you catch him with a fish hook or run a line round his tongue? The Bible, Job 41:1. Okay, last card. Ooh, interesting. Renewed faith. See, I want to be joyous like this guy. This guy is a joyous person. Renewed faith. Look at that guy. And that was the hand for today. And let's see if I can delete that message because I don't want to get in trouble. Let's see. How do you delete a message? I've actually never had to delete a message. People normally don't even tune in. I think most of my viewers, they watch this at the end when I'm not even done with this thing. Let's see here. How do you delete a message? I've never had to delete a message before. Until now. So, underground fashion artist. The first one I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. Stream manager. Edit stream info. Bro, it's not even letting me see the chat anymore. This is janky. It's not even letting me see the chat, bro. Oh well. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. It's gonna suck if this stream gets deleted because of that. I don't think they would do that, right? Anyway, that was the Bible study thing. Okay. Man, that was a lot of talking. Okay, let me get ready. We're gonna get into the bike riding stream. So if you're in here watching the Bible study, I'm going into the bike riding now. So not many people watch the bike riding part, but I'm done with the Bible study. Okay. It's weird. There's like barely any BMX riders on Twitch, I guess. But oh well. I guess it gets me to do these Bible studies, so that's cool. Let's see here. Wait, can I delete this? How do I delete this thing? Chat settings. Oh, I can't do it. Deleted messages. Oh, you have to get a mod to delete them. I thought I could delete them. That's weird. I just have to have a mod to delete it or something like that. I'm going to take a little break. I need to get some coffee. We need some coffee in the blood. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just put on a BMX heater real quick. Make some coffee real quick. What else? Where is it? a BMX video, and then I'm gonna make some coffee. Let's see here. What are we gonna watch? Let's watch some Day Smith. Day Smith. What's that one?
Some things weren't meant to be tamed, like that thing.
Yep.
Still looking to expand your team? Tackle every initiative with a freelance talent who will seamlessly join your
Yeah.
So, what's your name?
My name is Dave Smith.
Really? Where are you
Well,
from?
really, my name is Desjardins Smith.
Really? Where do you live at?
Long Beach, California.
Really? You've been living there a long time?
Yeah. I've been living there all my life.
Really?
Well, I lived in LA until about 7 years old, and then I moved to Long Beach when I was 7.
Really? How long you been riding?
About 9 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you always have plans on going pro?
No, I know I wanted to get good though.
Yeah.
But I never had planned on being pro because I never had that. I never thought I'd be pro. You know, I never like going pro. You know, that never went through my head. You know, until people started telling me I should go pro. You know, and that's when I went pro. Dude, I haven't been throwing my bike lately, but yeah, I have, and I regretted it too. Bending wheels and pedals and seat posts, getting totally pissed off even more, because then I can't ride anymore. Okay, I'm just asking myself what's the problem.
There is absolutely nothing going on with me romantically.
Great. Can I buy you a drink after this?
I'd like that. Excuse me. I need to steal the artist and introduce her to reality. What are you doing? What? Things with Jesse just ended. You were really...
So, Day, how old are you?
How old am I? I'm 23. Well, I'll be 23 in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
August 3rd.
Yeah, what kind of music do you like to ride to?
Pretty much everything. Mostly mellow. Not mellow, but it's hard to explain. I listen to everything. Yeah, just ride and listen to everything. I have no limit.
Yeah. What kind of tricks? What are some of your favorite tricks that you like to do?
You know, I don't have a favorite trick. What my riding's all about is links. You know, it's not like, well, just do this one trick and that's it. I like to take it further. I like to go from one link to another link to another link, non-stop, as long as I can go. One of these contests, I'm gonna try to just go non-stop the whole 3 minutes, just linking everything together. You know, without having to stop and pedal. You know, just keep going.
Well, I want to know how it's come someone as brilliant as yourself could be so scared of getting your lip pierced, because I was with you and you were freaking out about that. What's that all about?
Oh man, I just wanted to do it. I don't know why. It was just, you know, you're getting a lip ring in your lip, something that's weird. I just did it just because, and I just thought about it.
How's come you're scared though?
Cause man,
you were fearing that.
Cause
so
you're gonna stick a big old needle through my lip, huge needle, and I'm like, ah, and I was like, oh well, just sit there, and I just scrunched my eyes and just took the pain, but it didn't really hurt that much. I was more scared than it hurt.
Have you won any dance contests lately?
No, but check this out. We were in New York when I did shows at in New York, and 5 guys again. You know, like when we were in Florida, 5 guys like tried to dance against me again in New York, and I took them out too. You can ask Dave Mirror. You can ask all those guys. You can ask Dave Mirror.
So did you win a trophy or something?
No, I won respect.
You won respect.
Respect.
All right.
I didn't even say no names. Respect. Respect.
So you've been riding for Hoffman Bikes for quite a while now. How long has it been?
About 2 years.
Yeah. Has it been pretty good sponsorship?
Oh yeah, yeah. Matt, he does a lot for me. He helped, he called me up and asked me to design a peg, which I did, and it's out now. Also, he pays for my entry fees. He flies me to contests, pays for my food money. You know, he cracks crazy jokes with me, which is probably the most fun, saying crazy stuff. Sentence. But that's Matt's cool, man. It's cool being on the team. Everybody's cool on that team. Everybody is.
It seems like Matt really's helping promote the sport a lot, and he's trying to get a lot of people started into the sport. Is there anything you could say for people that are just getting into it?
Well, it's not easy. When I first started, my inspiration was Jeff Cotter, Ron McCoy, Derek Ory, Ron Camaro, and I rode with those guys every day.
Still the West Coast guys.
Still the West Coast guys. And it's going to be hard at first, but I tell you, if you put your mind to it, anything you want to do, you can make it happen, because you're going to have those doubts, and it's going to be hard, and you're going to have stepping stones, but use those stepping stones to your advantage, and you can pull anything off. You can do anything you want. You don't even have to ride bikes. Just anything you want to do, you can do it. Just put your mind to it. Everything you got, give it everything you have.
That's great, Dave. Well, thanks a lot, man. It's been great talking to you.
I just want to say thanks to all my sponsors: Matt Hoffman, Hoffman Bikes, Jinx Clothing, Odyssey, Airwalk, Freestyle USA, Peregrine, and my mom and dad, most definitely, for backing me up for riding. And also can never forget God, because he's got me really far where I'm at, kept me alive, blessed me with the heart that I have and the personality and my talent with my bike.
Alrighty. Good. It's straight. I wonder if you can do another one. I wonder if you can do enough handle like that. See? Let's do that one. I think you actually might be able to do that. I wonder if you could do like a foot cam with handers. I'm gonna do this elbow glide line. that one actually might be doable. You gotta get a clip of it. Doable. I need a different song. I'm not listening to it too much. cool. Never done that line before. Rad. I don't even know what I did. Add streamer. Sorry, add streamer. That was cool, bro. Huh. Oh, that was rad, dude. Woo! I'm so happy. Dude, that was such a cool line. Yes. Dude, bikes are so fun, bro. Like, I know it probably seems boring, but I'm not gonna lie, like this, riding my bike's like, dude, it's like so fun, man. Like, it's like better than any video game I ever played, honestly, I feel like. It might also just be because you get a runner's high. Maybe I'm addicted to riding. Maybe it's just a combination of it all, huh? Opa. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm starting to do it a little bit. Bro, you guys do it so easy. How do you guys get so good at that trick? Like, there's this way where you can do an infinity loop with that the turbine steamroller. I just don't know how they're doing it. But there's like this infinity pumping technique. You don't know how to pump, bro. Why is it so hard? It just doesn't, I don't gain speed. Gain speed. I don't know how they do it. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, man. Flat turnouts are fun. You can like crank them. Oh. Right, we need a new song. New song! Come on. Too many commercials. Oh, are you kidding me, bro? That was right there, man. I need to spin this thing so myself. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying. Funky chicken, steamroller, the funky chicken on it. I'm just gonna cycle through a bunch of tricks. Maybe land one. I already landed a line, it's on stoked. I didn't want to do this whole to inside the line. You gotta like aim that thing like perfectly. Otherwise it shoots you off at a weird angle. We need more copyright-free music, man. I guess I just need to find it. I just gotta find the copyright stuff. Copyright-free stuff. What other stuff am I working on? Oh yeah, I guess I could do a better backyard no-hander. Maybe keep up the steam. Maybe I can land a good one today. Oh my god. What's up? Did you bend my bar? That was scary. I almost fell on that. I like landed one line, I'm like, good. Where do you keep going? Ooh, let's see if we do this now. I haven't done this in a while. I think I lost my package manual. What was it right there? Ayapa. Hard. Yeah, let's have a little curve right there. I guess maybe I could do it like right here, huh? Does that catch on camera? Oh, it does. Sweet. This is a hot one today, man. It's like that one line I landed and then I can't land anything else on it. Brutal. It does not give up. Oh my god, that was crazy. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired, man. Just take a break. Anyways, overheated. Oh, man. Shout out to Joel. That dude's gnarly, bro. He's such an underrated rider. He does so much hard tricks that like I don't think people realize like how hard that some of the stuff that he's doing is. Like he does like some crazy like front wheel, back wheel switch off stuff that's like insane. I think it's insane. I don't know, man. I think it's hard. I know how hard it is because I've tried it. I've tried doing some of Joel's combos and they're hard, bro. They ain't easy. Oh my goodness, I was so close to landing that, bro. I haven't landed this combo on this bike yet. Are you kidding me, bro? Why am I so bad? Why can't I land anything on flatland? Is this how other flatland riders are? Is it this hard to learn stuff, or am I just going crazy? Like, why does it take me so long to learn this stuff, bro? Oh my goodness. I'm loopy today. Oh, that was weird. I almost like backstuffed it. Oh, it is so hot. Oh, are you kidding me? That was it. You know what? I haven't tried any cliffhangers today. I gotta at least try 10 cliffhanger attempts. I think. it, man. It's so hard. It's brutal. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. No, I need some funky music. look at the funk. That's kind of loose. I gotta tighten that. Oh, terrible. Army. Brutal. I come to the conclusion I think I'm just bad at front wheel trick. Yeah. This should be an easy trick, right? It's hard. I think it's hard. So bad that. you kidding me? That was so close. Oh, so close. That was brutal. No worries. Gotta work for this one, man. I can't believe I almost landed that. What's that one song? You ever listen to one song and say it's so rad? Let's do this one. Oh. That was close. No way to do with this song. Oh, jeez. I want to land it so bad. Dude, there was a song yesterday we were listening to. It's so gnarly. Oh, brutal. I'm almost landed 3 times. Oh, I gotta work for this one. Oh. 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 Man. Oh, jeez. Dude, I almost landed 3 times. Just making up for this one, huh? Oh my god, I was so close to. I have blended this combo once before, but not in here. Come on. Please, God, let me. I guess I can maybe upgrade it too. I did an upgraded version. Remember that. Maybe a different song. Man, where's that one song, bro? It was so good. I was like, dude, is this on copyright? I forgot which one it was.
Still looking to expand your team? Tackle every initiative with a freelance talent who will seamlessly join your team from just about anywhere. Hire a fire.
No, let's actually just try and do it in silence. Sure, let's listen to this one. I got too close back there. I don't know if I'm gonna find that song again now. I remember yesterday I was just listening to it so much. Come on. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use this song. Oh yeah, it was this song. Oh, please God, no, this. so bad. Good. Be patient. I gotta get that right now. Sketchy. This is brutal, bro. Almost landed 3 times. I can't get right now. Come on, please, someone land this. Dude, come on. It's like lagging out on me. How's it doing, man? No. Look at that song. Come on, bro. I wonder you just listened to it. History of it. Come on, bro. It's okay. I'm not being frustrated. Let's do this, man. Ah, brutal. Jesus. So close to it. Ah! Dude, I want to land it so bad, it's like, it's brutal. I gotta like, just not get frustrated. Just gotta focus on that landing. As long as I don't get frustrated, I'll land it. Brutal. 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 Oh, it's like I can't do anymore, dude. I'm like getting so tired. Oh, brutal. Jesus. I'm so close. This is hard. It's just the landing every time, bro. The landing always gets me, dude. Oh my God. It's always the landing. So hard to land. I've landed so many of them too. It's like, it's just still hard to land. I don't get it. We're gonna get it. Okay. Please, God. Let me get this. I've landed one before outside, but not in here before. The other one outside took like 2 weeks. I don't know if I'm going to take that one, but I landed it. Oh, dude. Would you take that one? I don't think I would take that one. I landed it, though. I didn't want to say anything. Oh, it's so sketchy, dude. Oh, my gosh. I'm gonna have to redo it. Yep, we're gonna have to redo it, dude. Oh, man. This one is taking it out of me today. this song. Let's go. Come on, I want this to land good, man. Good. Here, I need to make a stream marker. Did I make a stream marker? Just in case, because I did land one. Oh, man. Come on, brothers and sisters. Let us lift our hands up for the Lord. Dude, I've almost landed 5 times. I gotta get a good one. Creature in the wrong spot. Bro, I'm so close. It's like I only have a certain amount of energy. I want to land it in this energy level. Oh, who but I can Can we please run? Okay, I need to not get frustrated. We need to not get frustrated. We need to give God the glory. Are you kidding me, bro? Marjas! She's not. What's this? Oh, la partie! Man, I'm so close. At least I landed it one time. Oh, I landed good, man. You gotta land it smooth, for the Lord. Right? Where's this really hard? I kind of want like the song to like go in it. Oh, bah. You got to not get frustrated. You're right there. We're so close. We are so close, brothers and sisters. I can't believe it. I almost landed so many times. It's okay. Snag it. Opa! Oh, that totally messed my lever up. Oh no. Fudge. Sorry, I'm gonna just get it down. We need to get it down. At least it's fun. It's fun, but it's hard. Oh, I want to get it in that thing. Oopa! Getting defeated, boys and girls. I'm like running out of energy, man. We be running out of energy. Three no-handers. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Trinity. All wearing the cross. Let's do this. Let's give some glory to the Lord. No. Oh. That's brutal. I don't know if I'm going to be able to land it today, man. It's just the landing, bro. It's so hard to land it. We're running out of steam here, man. Ooh. I don't care. I just want to land it. Oh, actually, I already did land it. I want to land it smooth. Maybe into a line, too. Oh, what am I doing, bro? This is gnarly. I can get it, please. Okay. Just gotta be not frustrated. Let's see, am I running out of battery? Oh, I am. Thank God I looked at this. I'm about to run out of battery, isn't I? Darn, dude. Dude, I'm like sweating bullets right now, man. Oh, what am I doing, brothers? It's like I've done so much, my brain's just like not even operating anymore. Come on, dude. I think this might be a multi-day excursion right here. I'm really trying to land it, man. That's hard to land. My cranks keep moving for some reason. It's because like I'm like getting into it at a wrong crank position. We're so close to it now. I already landed one time, but it was sketchy. Oh, it's sketchy. Maybe I should just go into a... Maybe I should just go into a something else, man. Nope. I can land it, brothers. This is brutal. This is hard, man. You know why? You just gotta like time everything right. It's really not that hard. It's just you just gotta like time everything right, and then just like do it in that like just that right ease and just that right angle. Man. We're so close. Maybe it's I'm not landing it. Maybe I should do another trick into it. Here, let's do a feeble into it. Oh, no, it's already kind of late. I don't want to like make a bunch of noise. Darn. Yeah, this might be a multi-day excursion right here, boys and girls. I guess we could just do we're gonna actually do it into a grind, I guess. Maybe that's why I'm not able to land it. Maybe I'm supposed to do more into the combo. Drift. More into the combo. Combo! Let's do this. Maybe I shouldn't do it music. This should be an actual clip. this up then. Try and do a feeble into it, I guess. Woo! Alright, no music. Maybe music's gonna mess me up, huh? Where do you go? I actually landed. Oh my god. That one took so long. No! It didn't save it! You gotta be kidding me! It's only on the stream. Oh no. I was trying to get an actual clip. Bro. Are you kidding me, brothers? I am not. Dude, I tried to film that as an actual clip. I'm so disappointed, but it's okay. That's what one of the reasons why I got into streaming in the first place, right? Darn, dude. What in the world, bro? You gotta be kidding me. Oh, I actually did get it. Okay, so I just have... Okay, I actually did get it. Yes. Okay. Wow, dude, I filmed that for so long I ran out of storage, bro. Oh my god, dude. It's so weird. How did I run out of storage, bro? I thought I had like at least 10 minutes. Brutal, bro. That was like, dude, that clip was gnarly, bro, for me. I don't know. I guess it's not that gnarly, but like, Bro, that one did not come easy, bro. I had to really, really, really try and get that one down. Oh, dude, I can't even clip this clip, bro. Look at that. I don't even have enough storage. This is insane, bro. Dude, why don't I have any storage? This is ridiculous, bro. No, let's delete that one. Do I have any, like, long videos up in here? I don't. It's so weird. It's weird because it was letting me, like, film for, like, 10 minutes. I don't know, man. That's gnarly, bro. Dude. That was so crazy, bro. For me, anyway. I'm, like, stoked, dude. Oh, I need to make a stream marker. Dude, I'm like shaking, bro. Look at that. I'm like, I used up so much. Dude, I'm going to be so sore tomorrow. I literally, like, I'm like, I don't know. I'm probably dehydrated now, but, like, dude, I'm, like, literally, like, shaking now. That's how hard I tried that thing. Brutal, man. I'm so happy, dude. That was well worth expending all my energy on that, dude. Oh, man, I am like... That's gnarly, dude. That was one of the gnarliest clips I've ever gotten in the garage. That clip right there, man. That was so brutal, bro. And we did it without music, so that's gonna be an actual clip, I think. Oh man. Okay. Well, everybody, I am so tired. I think I like literally dehydrated myself. I need to take a break now. Let's leave it with some verses. Let's leave it with... For the righteous fall 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity. That's Proverbs 24, verse 16. Man. Let's read some verses about lifting our hands up to the Lord. Lifting our hands up to the Lord. Verses. I desire then that in every place the men should pray, lifting holy hands without anger or quarreling. 1 Timothy 2:8. Psalm 63:4. So I will bless you as long as I live. In your name I will lift up my hands. Psalms 134:2. Lift up your hands to the holy place and bless the Lord. Lamentations 3:41. Let us lift up our hearts and hands to God in heaven. And there's a lot more. Thank you, everybody. Anybody that watched the stream. Man, that last section, bro, was like, dude, I haven't been like, dude, I was like in the zone, man. Like, I was just straight up like, I haven't been in that mode in a very, very long time. Where I was just like, I almost felt like it was just like it needed to happen. Like, that's You know, because sometimes I'm just like, nah, I'll just move on. Let's work on some. That one, it was just like, I don't know what it was. It was like, that one just needed to be done. That one just like, I felt it. Anyway, peace out, guys. Glory be to God. All praises to the Most High. And you know what it be. Team Elohim. Peace out, guys. Peace out.